Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after some technical difficulties trying to make the stream, I am finally here to bring you the ARC Formula 2 action here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've missed the entirety of qualifying just about, except for the very tail end of the session. Or at least so I can only assume we have the good old Codemasters qualifying timer desync, so I have absolutely no idea. But and we have Formula 2, same. I actually didn't think I'd be commentating Formula 2, but here we are. Looks like checkered flags are popping up. This is pretty much the end of the session.
Yeah, we've got the end of the session here. When we started the stream, it was about 30 seconds left. So, yeah. Missed all of qualifying. I saw some things, so I guess our recap is basically that the NLR cars looking very fast to start with. Immortal filling in for Kavudi, and Garo Stromfer in the second car, also doing very well. We have some new faces to F2. From F1, Dylan Van Alzem in 4th place has dropped down from F1 to F2, as we see qualifying end right now. But yeah, a pretty fun qualifying session. Jackson Turner on the pole for Team 44 Racing. Nice return to form for them after a complete driver change from last season. We got some rookies here. Fistbuster, Michael Ludenslager in 8th place being a rookie. Nathan Aruda in 7th, a rookie. Craig Knock. He's not a rookie, but he's in 11th. I don't really know where I was going with that one, but here we are. I was not expecting to be commentating at all, but unfortunately we could not get the stream to work in any other way. So here I am with Riker. Hi, Riker.
Yes, I didn't know you were going to be talking, otherwise I'd have actually formally introduced you. So
I'll introduce myself here.
Great timing on that. I suppose it's the benefit of... I told her I'd be commentating, but then I guess it didn't help. I told her that there was going to be an error and didn't know I'd be able to start it or not.
Okay, hopefully we don't get a lobby bug this time. We've already had to reorder the lobby for AF3 due to beautiful, wonderful, amazing lobby glitches.
Edge, I don't think you know what game we're playing here. This ain't no...
No, this is... It's amazing. We have to take our daily Codemasters moment every time we do a stream just to make sure. Hold your breath, make sure everything works, because it doesn't always. Okay, but we are here with a formation lap on the grid. It's working, Riker. 18 cars to start this season. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the race and get back underway. Excited to be watching, honestly. I was gonna watch anyway, but I wasn't gonna be here. So Riker, what is your pick for the winner in this race?
Well, I feel like yours will be your own drivers. I'm gonna go for the role of differentiation.
Well, let's each pick our top 3.
Well, I guess top 3 in mind, then I guess considering pole sitter has to kind of be a given. Otherwise, I would also vote for Jero in the second Alfa Romeo car, or a dark horse in the form of Jake Scarborough, because he did also just win the F3 race. He's obviously got some momentum going because he's just did 29 laps of racing.
This is true. Jake Scarborough, starting P6 in the Red Bull for Conga Line Esports, has won AF3 earlier today. He held off Darius McGill, another driver in AF3, for the win by 0.6 of a second at the end of the race. And yeah, he's filling in for Travis Van Oostendorp, who couldn't make it tonight. But I'm sure the experience of 29 laps, knowing the strategy and everything, even at this point in the game, is still beneficial to having a good position in the race. So that's a fair choice. I'm going to say Jackson Turner comes away with the win in this race. He's got a lot of experience representing us in ARC, in the NLR Esports Challenge in ARC. and our 4 arc, and I'm also going to say the 2 NLR cars are going to round out the podium. I think they're very quick, and I think they have a very, very solid shot at the win today, so that's my top 3 choices. I'm going to go top 3 on the grid as my top 3. Very creative.
Go with the ham verbot approach.
Yeah.
The cars are formed up on the grid. I have analytics from my own testing that I did before the Grand Prix, so I have things to go over, including reference points from my own race and lap times and the like. So the 5 red lights lighting up there, somewhere on that gantry.
And wow, the lights went out and we're underway. No lobby bug this time for lights. A little bit of lag happening here.
Jackson Altman gets, that's Nathan Arruda, gets an absolutely huge start off the line. He makes up 3 places before we even reach the apex, but then he gets chopped down by Dylan Van Alzen, and he's around turn 1, I think. He's not around, he was just out of
slight contact between Jackson Turner and NLR Immortal going through turn 2 there. It just wasn't enough space for the 2 of them. Unfortunate, but I'm sure Jackson can work his way back through that. He's in behind Dylan Van Alzen now for P3. We're watching Jackson Altman here scuffling for P12.
Turner's going to send it on Van Alzen. He's being forced onto that inside curb, and I'm surprised there's some car damage from that contact.
We've got a yellow flag.
There's a yellow back there. Connor Hannock has spun going through, I believe that would be turn 8. I can't tell if he has damage or anything. It might have just been... Car does get light exiting that, so it's very easy to just over throttle.
And we'll keep an eye on this corner here. We know how this corner tends to look for people.
Especially dirty air, or if you manage to run over that curb, you can might as well just squat down and kiss your behind goodbye.
Seems like everyone made it through the corner fairly easily. We got a little bit of lag from Gareth Stromfer. I don't know how much of that is on my end, as I wasn't expecting to have to stream and host the race at the same time, but here we are. Hopefully this isn't something that is affecting the actual quality of the race, because that would be very poor if that happened. A little anxious about that throughout this race, but hopefully we can bring you guys a fairly good stream while still having a good race.
That's the idea.
Our top 4 battling away here as we ride along with Jackson Turner tucked up, and we have Michael Ludenslager has had a moment. He's dropped to 13th. Carps he's going to tuck in right ahead of Dylan Swiss Carpenter, who's P14, and that's going to be a big blow for Michael Ludenslager. I think he lost 4 or 5 positions with that contact. I don't know exactly what happened, but one can assume contact based on the direction of the spin. We get another yellow flag. I'm not sure what for. Matthew Stotts, by the look of it, maybe?
I'm not really sure, because
Jackson
the initial yellow flag
let him by? Not really sure. The initial yellow flag didn't look like it. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he got an illegal overtake or something, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Oh, we have another yellow. What's this one for? Any cars stopped?
Okay, that one's just a bug, I think. Oh, what the heck? That's an interval bug. Because it's currently telling me that NLR Immortal is last when he's the leader.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the timings and whatnot for this. As we know, this is a Codemasters game. We're watching Tyler Crabtree tuck up behind Jackson Turner right now for P4. That's the battle. We have sector yellows in sectors 1, 2, and 3. Sector 3 we have a yellow, that's Tim Olson missing a wing. And we have Dylan Swiss Carpenter in the wall, Will Pitters is in the wall. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Dylan Swiss Carpenter is missing his entire front wing. There's, I'm assuming, some damage here for Will Pitters as well in P15. And Tim Olson limping back around as well. I didn't catch what happened there, but definitely some contact with a wall or a car or something.
Oh, the leader's around going through turn 11.
Oh, and he's in a... Okay, he
Barely
gets spun
manages
back
to
around.
scramble out of the way, but that's going to be awkward hitting that apex.
Yeah, that's a poor position to be in, but it seems like everyone's gotten through pretty okay. I think it's...
Critical failure for
We have another
Jero
Sector
there.
1 yellow.
That's not Jero, that's Thanos.
I can't tell what that Sector 1 yellow is for. Sector 2
That Sector 1 yellow is a bug, there's nothing there.
And we'll ride along Nathan Aruda making the pass on Setchel here for P6. Setchel, our last season's champion, falling to P7 to start the season. They'll definitely be making some headway later in the race as they get more familiar with the car.
The car that they were driving last season. Just throw it in there on Nathan Aruda, and that's a wreck fest over there.
Yeah, that was a move. I'm not sure how clean that was, but I'm not sure if there's some beef there or what happened earlier in the race, but it didn't look very clean. And Thanos is in 18th. Definitely they pitted. Oh, 13th again. Never mind. We do have a wonderful timing bug here. I think we've hit some lag from our reserve driver Thanos here. I've noticed since this started, it's been pretty severe. So as long as it doesn't take anyone out, we're all good. We'll keep that monitored. Jackson Turner 1.3 back from leader Garo Stromfer at the moment, with Dylan Van Elzem P3, only 6/10ths back, 5.5 back.
Yeah, so bit of strategy information based on my own driving experience. Not advised on the first set, but at the end of the run, a soft tire set can go 13 laps, 19 laps for a set of mediums, and 27 for a set of hard tires. What fitters gets a track extension friendly.
I can't imagine people are going to go much longer than lap 12 for the first stint. We saw in the F3 race it was a solid one stop for the leader who won, and second place as well. Craig Knock and Matthew Stotts, as well as Jackson Altman and Matthew Ludenslager, engaged in a really nice looking battle here for P8 and P10 respectively. Jackson Altman holds on to P10 while Craig Knock falls to P9 behind Matthew Stotts. We'll just keep disregarding these sector yellows.
Yeah, I think...
oh, we've got a spin. Braden Sisko backwards in the wall. Inside of turn 7, I believe that is.
Wouldn't that be 9 or 8?
I don't know. I thought this one was 8.
It's a double left-hander for turn 10's weird braking zone.
Okay, never mind. Turn 8 it is. All good.
Yeah, I think he did the same thing Hannick did a few laps ago. He just probably put too much gas going through turn 8 and the cars had enough of that.
Have Jake Scarborough right behind Dylan Van Elzem here. This is probably our closest battle on the track besides Craig Knock, actually. We've got 3 wide here.
3 wide over P8
Jackson
for a
Altman.
Second there.
Yep, passed for Craig Knock here. Down the inside. This is awesome looking. Michael Ludenslager a little slow out of the corner. He'll be falling out of this battle. Jackson Altman down to the inside, and Craig Knox is going to be able to defend that, surprisingly. I think, did Craig Knox have DRS there, Riker?
I wasn't looking, my POV was on Matthew Stotts.
Will Pitters falls down with a pit stop, lap 6. He might be going onto the hard tire and hoping to catch a safety car. He's had a very poor race to start with. But it's the first race of the season. 16 more after this one, so hopefully whatever happens to these guys, it doesn't get them too down for the rest of the season. We've got another Sector 1 yellow.
If I'm not mistaken, the general strategy, the vanilla one, I guess, is lap 10 from softs to hard tires.
Tyler Crabtree spinning. He spun in the turn... oh, we have a Red Bull spun as well. Jake Scarborough, our F3 winner, he's got some damage. He's missing an end plate. I think both spun into the wall there. I don't know how much they had to do with one another. But,
I think anything to do with one another, but I have a sudden feeling that with how close Jake might have been to Dylan Van Alzen, that might have actually caused that.
I can't imagine in that corner they'd be that close to each other, but we'll have to take a look at that later. Depends what we see in the incident report chat, as Craig Knock gets passed by Jackson Altman down into turn 1. What an awesome battle here for P6. They just keep going at it. Matthew Stotts, Michael Ludenslager going at it now.
May have another round.
Here they go again. Jackson Altman down the inside. Craig Knock with the DRS through there. Altman on the soft tire. That'll soon be falling off. Too wide through the S's, and they hold it. Craig Knock gets ahead. Wow.
That is some bull driving. Jackson Turner just...
He's missing an end plate.
Off-track excursion. I think he may have collided with somebody, or maybe hit that wall way outside
Jackson
the
Turner
7.
is missing an end plate. There was some slight contact there with Jackson Altman, the two Jacksons going at it here. Turner's definitely just going to be getting past here left and right with the damage. He should be letting everyone by here pretty quickly. And he falls out of the top group. He'll be needing a safety car to recover from that one.
Yeah, it's possible he either collided with, if he got close to the lead car and collided with him through there, or that curb on the exit of 7 can be absolute pain.
And we have a car which I think Tim Olson might have actually retired in the pit, but I'm not sure.
He did.
He did he? Okay, I saw yellow flags flashing on the front stretch there, so I wasn't sure. And Dylan Swiss Carpenter is now officially a lap down.
Peters with yet another corner cutting penalty this time.
And Jackson Turner is going to be repairing the front wing and putting a new front wing on. Michael Ludenslager has spun. Setchel in the pit. Ludenslager has had a spin. He's down to 9th behind Alessio Buongiorno. Tyler Crabtree back up to 7th after his early spin. This track is slippery. You never know.
Apparently.
You never know. I've been working with the setup. Oh, we have a car on the wall, I think. Or is that a glitched barrier? That's a glitched barrier from... Is it a glitched barrier? I can't tell. I can't see anyone here for around that corner. Inside of turn 8. As we ride along here with Connor Hannock, we'll take a look. Yeah, we have a glitched barrier. I thought it was a car on the wall. Barrier is making an entrance to the Shadow Realm. As the other Aston Martin now picks up a penalty. Bad race for the Aston Martins. I believe that's Echo Racing. I'm sure they'll be looking to recover next race, as we have a sector yellow in this long sweeper up the hill. And we're back to green.
So we might have a duel into turn 1 between Crabtree and Buongiorno.
Buongiorno catching. Will he do it? He pulls to the inside on the new medium, or old medium tire, as the soft is now going to start falling off. And he spins! He saves it! What a save. What a save. And Michael Ludenslager in the pit, also replacing his front wing. Team 44 Racing's hopes are now falling apart. And we have a safety car!
Nobody even crashed. Oh wait, no, Swiss Carpenter did. Where?
I don't know. I can't actually see, but riding along with the leader, I can't imagine that it's far away from wherever the leader is. It's not by the Shadow Realm barrier. Right along with Garo Straumfer as we head up around this corner, this uphill corner here, and we'll see what kind of stuff we can see around this corner. Any cars? Debris strewn across the track? I don't see anything. And we have the yellow flag, and well, I guess yellow flag all around the track. I don't know where he crashed.
And it gets the speeding penalty under the safety car. Peters also has retired the car. I don't know where that is either.
Yeah, that is the end of it for Echo Racing this race. The other team completely out of it is CMR, the Haas. As our leader, Garo Straumfer, Dylan Van Alzen, Nathan Arruda, Craig Knock, Jackson Altman, Matthew Stotts, Tyler Crabtree, and Alessio
I think
Bongiorno is staying out.
everybody.
Alessio Bongiorno has decided to stay out. Will he jump everyone? He will jump everyone in the lineup, including leader Garo Stromfer. He's beat him to the pit line at the end. So Alessio Bongiorno at the head of the field on his old medium
just
tire.
keeps getting just a stack of misfortune. He gets a speeding under the safety car penalty, and then he speeds into the pit lane under the safety car.
Now, Connor Hannock is one of the drivers who competed in our last night's Grid Finder ARC NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona, and he was reporting throughout the race issues with his pedals. I don't know how much of that may be carrying over to this race, but it's worth mentioning.
Based on appearances, quite a bit.
As Jackson Turner comes out in P11, he started on pole, so this is not a good one for him. And Fistbuster, Michael Ludenslager, P14. Braden Sisko in the pit for new tires. He'll be going on to the medium, I'm assuming. And maybe another hard tire. I couldn't actually make out what that tire was. It's a medium.
It's mediums. Tire. He only get one set of those.
Oh, I didn't know. Did not know. The more you know. As I said, there was no research done before this commentary session, as I was not meant to be commentating.
Well, that's just an international. That's just like a universal truth. You get 3 sets of softs, 2 for mediums, and 1 of hards.
That's assuming I know anything about this game, Riker.
Okay, but I don't even race in these leagues, and I know that.
You're putting a lot of faith in me here, and I don't like it.
Okay, well, keep that in mind for when you race in about an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, you can always commentate alongside Brendan Branch Match. He'll be commentating with us, or for us, for AF1.
Depends on the condition of my throat following this. Talk too much here.
Well,
I'm not going to do another hour of talking.
We'll be sure to keep the drivers updated on the condition of Riker's throat throughout the race. What compound thread are you on right now, Riker?
My throat's always soft. It's called asthma.
This is an interesting commentary session. And we'll check back in with the leaders now. Alessio Bongiorno, probably one more lap of safety car conditions. How do you think he's going to get away on this tire?
I don't think he's going to get away. I mean, unless he gets like the absolutely perfect restart, I think it's only going to be about a matter of about a lap before that Alfa Romeo gets back to him.
It's probably worth mentioning to our viewers the new safety car rules as well. They were announced a few weeks ago. I'll pull them up now. The way that the safety car rules work now is really interesting, actually. On safety car restarts, from the time of the safety car being called in, to the drivers must adhere to a minimum speed limit of 40 miles per hour / 65 kilometers per hour. They can't fluctuate their speed more than a maximum of 15 miles per hour from top to the bottom of the speedometer. So, basically, no stop-start restarts. We can penalize for that within the league stewarding room now. It should stop any stacking up in the back of the pack. So we can keep an eye out for those kinds of violations as we have our first safety car of the racing weekend. And we get the official call as the safety car comes in this lap. Drivers weaving their tires, ready to heat them up. Garo Stromfer is going to want a dispatch of Alessio Bongiorno in the HRT Williams as fast as he possibly can. Speaking of HRT, the team formerly known as NFR and merged with HRT, which is their second most successful ARC Formula 1 team of all time with multiple championships. HRT now is first and third, so this is actually a very interesting one for them. Safety car is in. We ride along with Alessio Bongiorno, and he's gone. Pulls out to a 6.5 gap. Garo Stromfer to the inside defending. Dylan Van Alzen will not go for the move into turn 1, and we've got some shuffling around back in the pack, and I think that was Matthew Stotts took out a braking marker, falls to 9th. We've got some shuffling back here in the back of the pack. Connor Hannock really regathering the car there as Thanos gets a little hung up behind him there. 3 wide down into that next corner. Michael Ludenslager 13th, and Braden Sisko rounding out the pack. We'll go back up to the front with Alessio Buongiorno. We can assume, as the cars string out here single file, that we will soon see a pass here for the lead from Alessio Buongiorno's tires falling off here soon. Hopefully not literally.
Best case scenario for the HRT cars right now, if Alessio can just inconvenience that Alfa Romeo and put Van Alsem in a chance to pounce on him.
Craig Knock down to 9th. We'll check in if that becomes anything else.
Yeah, he was mugged. He was just in bad positions. He didn't get damage or anything, but he was just mugged off of.
He's still
that
getting
restart
mugged back
by
there.
both
He's
McLaren
falling
and
back.
by his teammate.
He's been.
Yeah, he just keeps getting put on the outside, and he's also on hard tires when everybody else on the track is on mediums.
That would do it, as Jackson Turner, and there's slight contact there between the front wing of Craig Knock and the rear tire of Jackson Turner. Jackson Turner is going to have to go defensive here as he has a Red Bull coming up the inside. They're too wide behind.
That's not on there, Van Alsem.
What has happened at the front of the pack?
Van Alsem made like a send from like several hundred meters back and got into the side pod of the lead car.
Oh, that's not good. A moment between teammates. And Alessio Buongiorno on the medium tires, side by side here with Nathan Aruda. Nathan Aruda comes across him. I don't know how much space was left there, but as we watch along here as the lead car is getting away, and Alessio Buongiorno is now stacking the pack up. Jackson Altman's going to be trying to dispatch of him as quickly as possible. Too wide between Setchel and Jackson Turner. Jackson Turner with the better power on the exit of the corner. Red Bull crossing over to the inside. Jake Scarborough, our Formula 3 winner, is not going to have the draft, but he may go for the move here into turn 11, I believe this is. Up the hill, yes. He'll have the outside. This is a really slippery corner to be side by side in. We'll watch for any contact as the drivers try to keep down. McLaren up the inside. He goes for it. He's not going to keep that stuck. Matthew Stotts, that was an ambitious move. Would have been really cool. We've got a Mercedes now going down the inside into the last corner. The Alfa Romeo late on the brakes, sweeping around the outside. What a move that was from the NLR reserve driver.
Buongiorno, and Buongiorno will pit in.
Oh my. And they're still battling back here.
Oh, we're getting some lag from Thanos. Seen that again back here for P10.
Oh my, I need a breath after that one.
Stotts versus Setchel into turn 4. I can take over for a minute if you need to.
No, it's... Oh! A crash! We've got a
Stotts
McLaren
was not
in the
clear!
wall! Oh!
Stotts tried to give himself too much space, but Setchel couldn't go any further to the left, and that is a backwards McLaren.
And that will spell the end of the pack racing for Matthew Stotts. I don't know how much damage Setchel has picked up, but he seems to be, or they seem to be going very slow in turn 10. As teammate Craig Knock now down the inside of Setchel into the corner and sweeps by. And we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. We can assume that is for damaged cars. Alessio Buongiorno limping along. We have something here happening. Setchel has spun.
Yeah, I think that's dirty air. He was.
No,
they were
it
right
was
behind.
not. It was not dirty air. There was significant contact.
Oh.
As we see Braden Sisko limping around with no Red Bull front wing and a bunch of bits of Red Bull in turn 12.
Or maybe it just could have been that Setchel spun and Sisko had no choice but to run into him.
I will make an assumption here that if there's bits of Red Bull front wing, it probably was provoked by the Red Bull's front wing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if Sisko caused the spin, but Sisko ran into the spin if there wasn't.
Well, regardless. Regardless, there's
Somewhere along the way,
a
there
lot
was
less Red Bull
contact,
attached to that
just
car than
unaware.
there was before.
Red Bull will have to give him wings.
Oh, and we have a timing glitch as Garo Stromfer sends the rest of the pack into the Shadow Realm, and they all return as they pass the timing line. Yellow flags in sectors 1, 2, and 3 as we have a very reliable Codemasters game. Connor Hannock going slightly slowly. We're still missing a barrier on the inside of turn 8 there. Hopefully nobody hits there.
Turner's gonna send it into 12 on Van Alzen.
Oh, a little spit of snap on the exit there.
Though.
Tyler Crabtree's going to get a nice run down here in the corner, but actually Jackson Turner stays in the draft and gets that run back. DRS will be open this time. Actually, I think it's been open for a lap now. But,
yes.
Here he goes. Will he be able to get a run with Dylan Van Alzen in the slipstream of Jackson Altman? No.
No, absolutely
nothing this
happens.
lap.
Everybody's getting DRS off everybody.
We have a DRS train.
And Scarborough with penalty for corner cutting.
As we see
another
Thanos
timing glitch.
snapping around here with some lag. No pun intended, actually, I swear.
Why?
And we have another barrier in the Shadow Realm.
Variant. Waltant.
Wow. These barriers are scary. Scariers. I'm sorry.
The timing glitch continues to tell me that the leader is in last place. Codemasters just doesn't really seem to like Jero too much, does it?
And Dylan Van Alzen with a run. Jackson Altman down the inside. I don't know if that was defense or just he couldn't keep the rear under him, but that was... Oh! Oh, what has happened?
I'm not sure what that was. They both hit the brakes.
And here comes Jackson
Turner
Turner
might have been
with DRS.
cheese.
Here comes...
That was DRS cheese.
Are we sure? Jackson Altman now P2. Jackson Turner P2 now ahead of Jackson Altman. Battle of the Jacksons. And we have contact in the back here. Oh, we have a spin! Dylan Van Alzen in the wall.
Van Alzen just slid up into Crabtree and just no turning, and then suddenly too much turning. Braden Sisko retires from the session. I believe he just got claimed by turn 12 up there.
He's now telling me Garo Stromfer's 14th. Obviously, we know that's not true.
Yeah, I like how the timing bug is only affecting Alfa Romeo cars, nobody else.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Hopefully that returns to being normal here, or we'll have to manually score the cars at the end of this. No one, I don't think, wants to do that. And we have Tyler Crabtree now tucked up on the back of Jackson Altman. NLR Immortal, 15th, a lap down. Race control has given Connor Hannock another 3-second penalty. And we'll ride along with Tyler Crabtree, who is down in the... He's defending for his life, trying not to get any slipstream from Jackson Altman here. Jackson Turner really trying to pull in back on Nathan Arruda. I'm not sure that this timing glitch is entirely lying, because I think it might have bugged out and taken a lap away from Garo Stromfer. Because it's showing him 13th, and the timing isn't, like, super bugged. It's just not showing him in a... I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, he's got some major lag. Are you seeing this, Riker?
No, I'm not seeing either Alpha car lagging that much.
I've seen major lag from Garo Stromfer. We know he's leading the race, though, nice and fairly. We'll keep an eye on this battle as it continues to happen here. He's earning the pace for sure here. Hopefully this doesn't end up turning into anything, because we would not want that to turn into anything. I must say that Alfa Romeo, beautiful under the lights. The way that the red reflects. Nice red chrome color. And he's wide in that corner. But he's doing his thing. Speaking of doing their thing, we've got another battle back here between Jackson Altman and Tyler Crabtree. And behind that...
I'm pretty sure this is definitely a timing bug, because, well... Actually, no. Is Thanos actually lapped right now?
Thanos is lapped.
Oh, okay, so then and I also just saw blue flags.
Yeah,
there goes
Thanos is
Crabtree
lapped.
on the Ferrari driver. There's not a single thing that he could hope to do about that in his position.
Yeah, but there is a single thing he'll be able to do going down this next straight with DRS enabled. He'll open that back flap up, and he won't be able to do anything this time as Tyler Crabtree's still in the DRS of Jackson Turner. And speaking of Team 44 drivers, Michael Ludenslager is making his way back up to the back of this pack. I don't think anybody was really expecting a recovery from P14, but he will have to pass our ARC Formula 3 winner here, as NLR Immortal is going to have to eventually concede the position from the car behind. And seems to be...
Unless those blue flags don't actually exist for the drivers, and we are just getting a timing bug that's popping up that
there's
way.
contact as well. This isn't good.
Considering he's trying to pass Altman at the moment, I'm kind of thinking he's not seeing that.
I feel as if you may be correct on that, Riker. We'll take a look at that after the race, then.
Everything else can be desynchronized. Who's to say the blue flag overlays can be too?
And we do love Codemasters for providing us an entertaining experience every race. And all the cars snaking down the straight. Nothing really happening right now except for Jackson Altman, as NLR Immortal now showing P5. Maybe
so
NLR Immortal
finally fixed it for him.
But, okay, I thought Immortal was a lap down. Maybe there weren't blue flags.
I don't think he ever was a lap down.
Okay, I thought he was.
The safety car would have racked everybody back up, so...
I am curious about Garrow, as he is showing a lap down from everybody. And NLR Immortal is now showing 13th again. Ironic that their team stands for Never Last Racing, but the game wants to continually put them in last place of the running cars. So maybe we can brainstorm some asterisks to go with the NLR name. Maybe we switch to sometimes Last Racing. Occasionally Last Racing. And we have another battle here forming. How did... I will ask... Oh! Garrow has left the lobby from P1. I will now send an invite back, as we will briefly only broadcast our microphone audio. And you guys won't be able to see anything that's happening right now, unfortunately, as I am also race control at the moment, so you're welcome. And hopefully this does not cause any problems. And we're back to the racing screen now.
And you missed absolutely nothing.
Yes. Lap 21 of 29.
Oh my god. So... the desync on the... I guess it's also desynchronized on Jero's screen. So his AI is taken over, and it thinks it's under blue flag conditions.
Oh, so it's actual desync then.
Yeah, like Jero and Thanos are actually desynchronized from the game. If you look here, it's getting out of the way.
He is.
For Turner and Crabtree.
That's a blow. That is certainly a blow, as we see Nathan Aruda, actually. Now, here's an interesting thing. Nathan Aruda was not meant to be in this race. He's reserving. He's actually an AF3 driver who did not show to AF3 and was only meant to be racing in AF3, but he asked to reserve an AF2 because he couldn't unfortunately make it to AF3, and now he is 2.3 seconds ahead of Jackson Turner and leading the race with about 7 laps left. Spin and Win has allegedly spun and lost. And
yeah,
we don't
he spun.
see
He
him.
got that turn 8 curb, I can tell you.
And we've
exactly
got another
what happened.
safety car!
This changes everything, because now everybody's just going to pile into the pits and apply soft tires.
This is very bad for Jackson Turner, who is... and Nathan Arruda, and Tyler Crabtree. But very good for Jake Scarborough, who may very well inherit the race lead. Our AF3 Bahrain Grand Prix winner earlier in the day, reserving for his upper tier teammate, that being Travis Van Oostendorp, who could not make it to this race. Anil Garafu in P14. The game has desynced him. Incredible job by Codemasters. I can't help but feel absolutely awful for NLR's team at the moment, because I know they put a lot of work into every race they go into, and this is just a really, really unfortunate way for their race to turn out.
What a debut, huh? Codemaster's just slapping you in the face repeatedly.
Yep.
So I do think that this will, I think, give Scarborough the lead on track, although there's a penalty to his name, so... I don't think it's going to happen, but I can only imagine the hysterical scenes if an F3 driver wins, reserves an F2, and then wins F2. That would just be... That's the stuff you only see in, like, TV and movies.
Maybe he should reserve for F1 as well.
Might as well.
And we see our top 3 pull into the pit here. Nathan Arruda, fresh soft tire going on. We'll see Jake Scarborough absolutely giving her as he goes by the pit lane. Hopefully he comes out ahead. And we've got an Alfa Romeo stopped on... Oh! What has happened?
That's a desynced car in the form of Thanos, who entered the pits and teleported onto the track in front of Jake when he hit the pits, because he's desynchronized.
So did Jake not see? Because Jake now has no front wing for me.
Yeah, no, Jake did not see it, because on his end that car might not have even been there.
So does Jake have a front wing is the question.
He wasn't driving like it after that collision.
What in the name of God has happened? You know, there's a lot of ways to lose a race. There's a lot of ways to lose a race. That would be at the top of my list of how did that happen? If that's happening.
That's a known thing. Even AI cars do it. They'll enter the pits and there's going to be like a clone of them that appears in their grid spot from the start of the race. That goes away as soon as they exit their box.
So the question is, legitimately...
And it appeared to ghosted until the second that Thanos' car started moving in the box, and then it disappeared right when Thanos' car was up to 50 miles an hour.
So the actual legitimate question here is, does Jake have a front wing?
I don't think he does. I think...
And I suppose we'll get that answer at the end of this lap.
Yes.
I can't imagine he doesn't have a front wing, because I don't think he'd be... He seems to be turning okay.
This is also under a safety car. You can't
I know,
really tell
but he's
that
also
long.
not putting a ton of steering input into it. I don't feel like it would be turning that well without a front wing. Does that make sense? I guess we'll know if he heads into the pit here. If he stays out, we're going to see our first wingless race car. And we have more severe collision penalties, as Jake Scarborough now heads into the pit with, allegedly, no front wing. What a way to lose a race. There are commentators' curses, and then there are moments that
I also
shouldn't
did
have
say,
happened.
like, imagine the scene, although I also did say it probably wouldn't happen, so it's like it's in the middle.
And this has led to a 79 Motorsports Ferrari 1-2. I'm not entirely sure what on earth is happening, to be honest.
Oh, I do know what is happening, and it's me losing what little faith I had in this game, because this entire race, this entire the entire last, like, hour and a half of my life has just been a giant technical difficulty.
Relatable,
I should have
but not
known
on
it was
same,
cursed the second... I should have known it was cursed the second I got an instant error message from attempting to sign into YouTube.
Yes, this is an interesting race, for sure.
Technology is beginning to take over humanity, and it starts with this particular AF2 event, I guess.
I'm just not entirely sure how we had a F1 2020 not have as many problems, and we have this for 2021.
Because Codemasters... In my head, honestly, I can't get through this. I'm James Hunt moment. Codemasters are bullshit. Like, they don't know what they're doing anymore. Like, EA bought them out. They're not worth the effort.
I can't imagine a situation where F1 2022 is going to be much better than this, though. So, I don't know if we should just get used to bad F1 games at this point. This might
We should go back to F1 2020.
This is spoken as somebody who's bought NASCAR games for 10 years. Yeah. Could always be worse, I suppose. It probably doesn't feel like it could be any worse, though, from Jake Scarborough's position in P12. Luckily, he's not really going for points in this championship anyway. But we are doing another lap of safety car. Why? Not entirely sure. Garrow is...
Because Giro's not there.
Yes, but he's also 2 laps down, so that's an interesting one.
Because I don't think he might not actually be 2 laps down, you know? Now he's back in the race.
I have no words for this championship. AF2 Lag Championship, here we go.
Giro is pitting again.
And we can assume the safety car will be in this lap.
You can hope. And honestly, I thank God you're here. I'd have lost my mind if I were doing this on my own. Because this is just like, this is a This is a paradox. Like,
yes, we've been joking about barriers getting sent into the Shadow Realm, and they have been. We've seen a lot of barrier glitches in this race. Those have been a thing since, you know, F1 2015. But we weren't expecting the actual. We have a driver named Thanos as well, and we weren't expecting the actual Shadow Realm to make an appearance in this race, as both NLR cars have been affected heavily by it. Garrow was leading the race at the moment of his disconnect, at which point the game said, no, you are multiple laps down and you will give the position up to the cars behind you. And when he rejoined, he was then 2 laps down. Jake Scarborough leading the race only a few laps ago to have a teleporting Alfa Romeo clip off his front wing whilst leading the race under safety car conditions, while the Alfa Romeo was actually in pit road and spawned a duplicate car
on his grid spot from when the race began.
Yes. So, it's certainly something that happened as we get the safety car in this lap message. Nathan Arruda, not meant to be in this race. He is making a statement as Jackson Altman pulls up alongside him. Teammates going for it. Jackson Turner, the other Jackson, 3rd place. Tyler Crabtree in 4th. Michael Ludenslager, the other Team 44 racing car, in 5th. And Thanos, hopefully not snapping his fingers and taking us all to the Shadow Realm in P6.
Like he snapped Jake's wing.
We are back under green flag conditions, and we've got a cluster in the back of the pack here. 2 Alpines side by side. That's actually a Williams. And, oh, I can't even commentate. I have no idea what's happening here. I can't get a clear view. Too much happening. Just a cluster.
Pushed wide, for one example. He got pushed wide and then he got a penalty.
Michael Ludenslager down to 10th. As we have...
Hanek at the start of the lifetime. He's up to P7. And then he gets chopped by Turner, so never mind that. Scarborough gets a penalty, but he's up to 3rd, and he just put Satchel on that inside curb.
Is in the wall. And goodbye barrier. Goodbye foam. And Michael Ludenslager, 12th. The inside of Alessio Buongiorno. And now past Alessio Buongiorno. Jake Scarborough. Oh, we have a save. We don't have a spin. We have a save. It was Dylan Van Alzem. As here comes Jake Scarborough on the charge up the inside of Craig Knock. He'll try and hold it around the outside here of turn 11, I believe this is. Sorry, turn 13. Dylan Van Alzem has crashed out of the race. And we continue. Jake Scarborough still side by side with Craig Knock. Will there be DRS shenanigans? No, because there's no DRS yet. Down the inside of the corner, and there's slight contact! And Craig Knock has spun.
That was, Craig Knock crowded him onto that inside curb, and then Scarborough bounced off of it and had no choice but to get into Craig Knock's rear wheel.
Yeah, I will call that as the same as you. I don't believe that Jake was left enough space there. I think he was far enough alongside to warrant said space. And Jackson Altman's out of the race! Has he crashed? Where is he?
He looped it out of 3.
Oh, he looped it into the wall!
He no! That's basically what just happened. Without the fire.
As we spectate Garrow falling through the track briefly. And we've got sector yellows and 3 laps to go. Tyler Crabtree is definitely going to be pushing to catch Nathan Arruda here in the AF2 Leg Championship. Jackson Turner back up to P4. How? I don't understand. A lot has happened here. This was the buggiest race that I've ever witnessed from a spectating point of view.
Or just from any point of view. And I've spectated a lot of races on this game.
Yeah, we're off to an amazing start of the season here this season. And we've got another sector yellow. What could this be for? There is no reason.
Bug.
Okay, and we continue. Nathan Arruda fastest lap. 27.8, pulling away from Tyler Crabtree. He's got 2 laps to make this happen. DRS should be enabled this upcoming lap, lap 29, so we're giving them 1 DRS zone to make things happen.
Actually, it's enabled now, going towards turn 4.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing NLR Immortal open the DRS flap, as we have a car in the back. Michael Ludenslager opening the DRS, so I guess Immortal wasn't within DRS range there. I'm not really understanding. And NLR Immortal has Oh, we have a crash! We have a big accident.
Yeah, Hannock around in 3, and then we had
Craig Knock in the
wide
wall.
out of 3.
Yeah, Knock slammed the wall. I was very surprised he hit the tire barrier. I'm very surprised he kept the wheels on the car there. And NLR Immortal now catching Tyler Crabtree. The gap staying the same between Crabtree and Nathan Arruda. Now Immortal is going to have to consider getting around Tyler Crabtree here. We watch the lag. Nathan Arruda, one of the few cars without penalties. Alessia Buongiorno and NLR Garafu being the other 2. And 1 lap to go as we cross the line this time. NLR Immortal with DRS open this time. We'll watch. He snakes to the inside. Tyler Crabtree back to the outside. NLR Immortal. We've got some snaking in the back. Immortal's going to get that position well before Jake Scarborough ahead of Garafu, who is multiple laps down, and I'm not quite understanding this.
You just got an ignoring blue flag penalty, so apparently he is actually now a lap down.
Yeah, that's interesting. And we'll take a look at that after the race as well. What a weird race.
It does make the move on Scarborough, but I just kind of have to wonder, like, I just don't know anything anymore. Like, does that actually mean anything? Is he
I don't
actually
know.
in P4 right now? Oh, we got another time bug. Oh, just put Thanos back in P2 where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and Jackson Turner still 2.2
Perfectly
back.
balanced, is all it should be.
Jake Scarborough 2.7 back from Jackson Turner. Garafu, another blue flag penalty. We can imagine if this is actually happening here in this race, that Jake Scarborough is none too pleased with Garo Straufer for ignoring blue flags ahead of him, but we don't actually know if it's happening. What is a race at the end of the day? let's philosophize here, Riker.
Think about the only thing we do know is Nathan Naruda comes around. He's going to take the checkered flag here for Bahrain GP as a guy who shouldn't even been here.
But he's taken his first ARC win too. First ARC win, first ARC start. Very few drivers have made that achievement happen. Cameron Dowd's being the last to have made that happen in ARC Formula 1 last year. Riker made that happen as well, and discounting my own ARC start being the first ARC start, I also did that, I guess. But yeah, that was an interesting race. I really have no words for what that race was. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what happened in terms of lag, to be honest. That was an interesting one.
I don't think the game knows what happened in terms of lag. I feel like I want to commentate AF1 now, just because I want to watch an actual race where I know what in the name of God is going on.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. However, we do know who won. As all
That's
cars,
about the only thing I know.
As all cars are, for some reason, it's still got. I have no idea what's happening here. It
still thinks that Thanos has not finished the race.
Yeah. Well. Well. And it still thinks he hasn't finished the race. So we'll stay here for the next minute and 10 seconds, waiting for the final results. Yeah. Richter, what are your thoughts on this?
This is bullcrap.
And we have a
Finally,
finish.
we are done.
Here we go. Okay. That was something. Alessio Buongiorno picking up Driver of the Day honors with his, I believe he started at the back of the pack. He finished P5 after that was sorted. And Nathan Arruda, I'm sure will be very happy to have won his first ARC race. Special shout out to Jake Scarborough for his race that was taken away in very unfair circumstances. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbled, I guess. I'm not really sure what could have been done differently there. But, it's just unfortunate. Of all the races I've seen, that was certainly one of them. But, you know, as with all bad things, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is ARC Formula 1. That's happening in 40 minutes, commentated by Brendan Branch Match, our brand new commentator. We've got a stacked field for that one. If you're interested in watching that, stay tuned to our YouTube channel. 40 minutes from now, we will be back under racing conditions, and it will be fun, and hopefully less laggy than that, because that was atrocious. But it happened. And that was a race. So yeah, this has been AK Unleaded. We got Riker also as well. And yeah, Riker, any last words for this?
Desynchronization.
Your word of the race, desynchronization. I think my word of the race is Thanos. Shadow Realm. See you guys for AF1.